What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Just want to start off by saying sorry there hasn't been a regular game review in a while. I'm sorry. I was just looking at some of my YouTube friends and I realized they didn't only make their respective reviews, they sort of did other stuff too, and I sort of needed a break from it because I've been doing it, too much. So decided to try out some new ideas that I had because during school year, since I'm still in school, I mostly just make the regular game review because they're the easiest for me to edit. But I think I'm going to start doing a tradition that every time I have my summer break or I have a break from school, there's gonna be like different types of content because I'll have more time to make them, more time to just make better videos basically. So that's the reason why. And yeah, this is my back with a game review. So today I'm going to be reviewing a request made by this guy right here, of Power Rangers Legacy War. Now, what's my personal history with this game? Well, I've always been well, not always, but I'm sort of what you can consider an average fan of Power Rangers, since I'm not like super big on it. I don't know all the history about it. The only history that I sort of know about it is about how it started with a Japanese Spider-Man series, which, by the way, I watched and I'm a super big fan of, and then continued with a series called Super Sentai until it's made its way to the United States of America called Power Rangers, where they used footage of American actors in a Saved by the Bell knockoff kind of thing, and stock footage actually filmed for the show from the Japanese show that they used in the American show. So I pretty much know all of that, which is, I don't know, pretty much a lot of Power Rangers fans know that. And I actually really like the Toei Spider-Man show. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Spider-Man, so that's sort of what got me more into Power Rangers, because before I only really liked watching the newest shows at the time, which, if you don't know, was Power Rangers Mega Force, I believe, Power Rangers Super Mega Force, Power Rangers Samurai, Power Rangers Super Samurai. And that's it. And also a little bit of Dino Charge 2. Those are pretty much the series I've watched. But recently I've seen more of the series, which one of my favorites being Power Rangers SPD. And yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much my history with it. I'm an average fan of it. Actually, I would actually say I'm a slightly above average fan because I do know like a lot of history about it. It's just that, I don't know, I'm not super big on the hidden lore, but I don't know, I guess I am above average fan. That's what I would say. So yeah, this game is pretty much a mobile game. Yes, I'm going back to the mobile games about Power Rangers. It's pretty much a fighting game where you can select different Power Rangers and you can pretty much make them fight each other. And what do I think of this concept? I think it's actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's a lot of games where you can pick, a lot of licensed games, a lot of licensed fighting games, I meant to say, because in most fighting games it's pretty much the characters that they created for it and you can pick through the roster. There's a lot of licensed fighting games where you can pick characters from the perspective media that it's based on. And this one is one of them. It's actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie, because like, you can pretty much pick any Power Ranger, make them fight each other. I think this concept is pretty unique and it's really good, especially for mobile games, because they even have the new Saban Power Rangers, except they don't have a Super Sentai, which kind of makes me upset. I mean, I figured they can, like, I don't know, do some type of DLC type thingy-majiggy where they can allow players to play as Super Sentai. And of course, they won't have Spider-Man, the Japanese Spider-Man show, which I actually understand, to be honest, because like, yeah, that show recently has actually been in a lot of licensing trouble between Marvel and Toei, and yeah, nobody has really been able to get the rights to it to release it, so pretty much they can't use it. The last appearance of it was in the Spider-Verse of Bent in Marvel Comics. But yeah, now nobody really cares about the concept. I think the concept is good, the way they handled it. But now let's actually talk about the gameplay. That was cringy. I'll never do that. Whoa! Yeah, that was great. Anyways, there are also other things you can actually do inside of this game. For example, it's actually not only a fighter, because there's actually a little bit of strategy involved in it, because for the enemies you fight, you need to know which moves you're gonna do when, and I think that's actually pretty cool. And, yeah, I really like the element that it has a few strategy elements, and pretty much after every fight that you do, you win a certain amount of items, and you can also win characters, because in this game, you slowly unlock more and more characters to add to the roster, which you can pick during battles. And, yeah, you basically get these items that you can help upgrade your different characters that you unlocked. And a lot of mobile games sort of have this thing where there's characters you can unlock, and there's upgrade items, and then you upgrade them, and make sure you pump them up all the way to the max, and then you just fight with them. Violence. Yeah, and this concept, it's not to say that it's bad, because it is a pretty good concept if done well. And this game, for the most part, I would say it is pretty done well. And, I mean, it is done pretty well. And, yeah, you can also... There's also a few in-app purchases where you can buy multiple of the upgrade items, and as well as characters, too. And you can unlock the characters. So, for the most part of the gameplay, I think I would classify it as a strategic fighter. So, I don't know, if you like, strategies, and you also like fighting, it's more on the fighting game side, but there's a little bit of strategy involved. So, yeah, that was pretty much for the gameplay. And now, let's move on to the graphics. And for the most part, the graphics are alright. They're nothing too amazing, nothing too groundbreaking, but for a mobile game, it's alright. The graphics are just alright. So, they're nothing too weird where you just can't look at it. You can pretty much look at it and your eyes will be fine. And there's also a little bit of glitches which causes the Rangers to float. I don't really know what's up with that. Alright, so I guess that's it. I'm sorry if this review is kind of short. I mean, it is just a mobile game, so there isn't really that much to talk about. But, yeah, what are my thoughts about this game? For a mobile game, I think I would rate it a 7 out of 10. It's alright. It's a fun play. You can play, like, whenever you have the time. If you're just bored and, you know, you don't have nothing else to do, play this game. It's worth your time. And my only suggestions is try adding Super Sentai to it in some form or another, and if it's possible, which it probably isn't, try to add Spider-Man. It's probably impossible, farts. But yeah, that was pretty much it for this review. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.